Well, we just finished up with the babies. This is Logan Ebersole. He went with a number of horses today. You guys have seen Logan. His brother Luke has driven lots for us over the past, in the past also. In fact, I just told Logan, I told Scott, I can't go for the 14th race for Chicago Hall. And Amy was telling me that our nephew, her sister's son, great kid, great hockey player, he's in a high level hockey tournament in Pittsburgh on Saturday. So I think we're just going to stay over in Pittsburgh on Saturday. Makes the most sense. So let me see, who didn't go today? A lot of people asking, where's Superway? Why didn't he go? I want to get that. So it's hard for me to explain to people. When those horses hit up on that jack, there's not a lot of meat there, right? That's all bone. And when it blows up and gets sore, it's a big goose egg, right? And it's really, really hard to get that under control, because for horses like him that hit themselves, that isn't just, oh, he hit his jack, we got to clean that up. Next time you go to train him, he does it again and again and again. So we're in a position where if it's the turns, I know exactly what we're going to do. If it's the turns, we're simply going to send him down to the Meadowlands with Amy. I know I'm going to have a couple of people ask, why are we shipping them all the way there just to do some training? Because we're finishing off some very quality horses in an environment that is all quality, right? The Big M. So you saw the break by Justin today. I'll post the videos later also. I talked to Justin after when we were pulling up about letting his hobbles out and letting him stretch out at the Meadowlands. I think this is a horse that needs to and will thrive in that environment. He's not a New Jersey bred. He doesn't really have any need to be in the state of New Jersey, except that we can get him a couple of real good qualifiers for him in the state of New Jersey. I think we've gone as far as I want to go with him on a half-mile track right now, and that is mostly because he's never going to race on a half, right? Or not for maybe as a 3-year-old. We're lucky, but for the most part, he's not going to see a half-mile track. So why would there be a necessity to force him into training fast on one? So looking at him pacing, I don't know if you saw him. That's the one that Justin made a break with. I think he made it right in front of you, so you didn't get a chance to see him that much. His hobbles just looked a little bit tight. He said he crossfired, made a break. Well,
what set was that?
That was the last set.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
we let
I was following a complete unknown.
Yeah. If we let his head down, let his hobbles out, let him stretch out at the Meadowlands, I think it would be better. I'm actually looking forward to sending him and sending Superway to New Jersey with Amy, and Amy's excited too. You know, she works her butt off all the time. She's got the kids, she's got me, she's got the burn, and it's just every day. Yeah. And I was happily surprised when she said, you know, I'll go to New Jersey with those horses. So Jailbird Jog, I think we'll go. I believe I'm going to send Atomics Hanover, Superway. I know she'd asked about Cirrus and the other trot and filly. They get around a half great. Well, Cirrus got around the half great today, and I don't know if they're going to go to New Jersey first or go to Kentucky. So it would be a little harder to go 8 hours that way, 8 hours back, to go 8 hours down to Kentucky. That's a lot of shipping. So the ones that I'm comfortable doing that with right now are Superway and Atomic Center. We'll see how that unfolds over the next week, but as I'm driving down the road, that's my feeling. So Superway, I'll go a slow mile with him tomorrow. I don't want to speed him up. I don't want him to irritate that jack if I can. Belladale today, much better, like 96% good. She just had a nasty foot abscess pop out of her foot. I just didn't want to train her today. So we gave her just a day of jogging also. I'm going to see if there's any other horses missing down here in the scratch list. Holding Pattern and Frolic are in Ontario. What's the Mystery's going to have a procedure done, clean her up. Travel Blog went out to the field for 2 weeks. Juju Me is in the field. Stay Charming came back today, but he's just going to start jogging. He just came out of the field literally last night, late at night. She's got class is in Ontario. Gypsy Boy will come back next week. History Hanover will come back next week also. Sweet and Steady, much better jogging. I was just keeping a very close eye on her knees. This is the time of year where when the knees start to hurt them, you want to see March into April. You start getting into mid-May and still seeing head nods. Just be careful. You're about to put some torque on them, and they're just not quite ready yet. So Sweet and Steady missed a bit. Stuntman had a curb crowd yesterday also, so he didn't go today. Everybody else went today. Now, you weren't in the first set, right? You had your own. We had to scratch Kurt. We had him shod yesterday, and there was a little heat and a pulse in his right front foot. He had a tiny, ever so slight head nod today. So we took that shoe off. We're going to pulse him up, clean this up, clean him up. He didn't go. Now, I went with Deadline, 2:10 last half and 59 and 2. You weren't out there at all. You didn't see him go. He's got the fly screen and the thingies.
Yeah.
Nice colt. Him and Boitano both looked very good today, very strong today. They go to Kentucky tomorrow. Their first fair is next week in Kentucky. Spring Ice, Tyler said he was good, but I get the feeling that Tyler has a little apprehension when it comes to, Tyler doesn't want to go out there and make it, but you know how much it bothers him when that filly, he loves that filly that made a break on him in the last set, like loves her to death.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to go with her next week. And I just think, especially young drivers, you guys, you're a young driver too, you slide into more worried about not doing things wrong than doing things right.
Oh, for sure.
And that's what happens. You get this, you're going into the turn, you're like, don't break, don't break, don't break, don't break. And she'll make a break.
One thing I learned from you is, sometimes you're better off kind of letting them get through it themselves.
Yeah, just let them rock through it, especially when they got hobbles on. Now, she doesn't have hobbles on, but she is that type. If you just kind of lean back and just feather the bit in her mouth and just let her trot forward, she will. When you start trying to protect her, that's when she's more liable to make a break. So it's not the end of the world, but I will go with the big filly next week. So Spring Ice, I'll probably go with him for a little bit. He needs a heavier set of hobbles on too, and he had the light ones on today. He did his work well, I believe. St. Sarah was good. Lauren said got a little rolly in the last turn. Deadline was great, and Barcelona Mickey, Jason just lost him leaving. You talk about just letting the horse do his work. That is the quintessential horse. You can't just hold him up coming out of the turn. He's this big, bulky, strong horse with a big, strong mouth. And if you try to pick him up, he's going to set you down pretty quick. And I think Jason coming out of the car, but at the same time, I don't want Jason to let him roll out of there. So he didn't do anything wrong today. And as I said to everybody, Barcelona Mickey's plenty fast, lots of speed, big, 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 heavy body on him, and he's sound. So he's going to come forward, I think, in a big way, that horse. Now, you did fill in the second set. You went with PJ's Lovin'. It was so neat, the guy that bred her come all the way from Virginia to watch her go. Now, he said he's staying in the Meadows this week. I think he has other horses with people. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he said he's going to be there for the final next week, hopefully.
Yes, yeah, so Cherry's Girl, right.
Yeah.
So Logan's going to drive Cherry's Girl again this week. She'll be better, too. I think when she made a break the other day training, I think she touched her ankle. Oh, yeah. Because when I saw her yesterday, there was a little heat in her ankle. Yep. Now we just put her on the hose, and she was reshod and did her up for yesterday and into today, and her ankle was colder and looked great today. She jogged great today. Good. So I think you're going to see she's much better horse this week than she was even last week. So the second set, I went with Boitano. Again, I didn't really want to be on the front, but I wanted an error-free line. Right, and I'll be honest with everybody. I don't think I can make it next Saturday to drive these horses in the first fair because that's Jailbird Jog's first start in New Jersey.
Yeah, you better go to that one.
Well, we'll see how it plays out, but the reality is I'll likely go to New Jersey and not go to the fair. Yeah. So I'd asked Eric. Now, Eric doesn't want to go with the pacer with the Shady Daisies and the fly screen, and I don't blame him. The horse was fine today, absolutely great today, but I don't blame him. Now, when it comes to the trotter, though, I think Eric could do a great job. And I just wanted him to know there's zero expectations. We're just trying to teach the horses.
For sure.
And, don't go out there worrying about him making a break and letting anybody down. I don't want him to do that. I just want him to go out there and just let the horse trot. Boitano was awesome today, and I mean awesome today. He did his work very, very, very good. Incredible was actually pretty good. This is affiliate Jason had. She is a loose wire. Yeah. But every week, baby steps, she's getting a little bit better. X-Ski was awesome. You said the filly you went with awesome too, PJ's Lovin'?
Yeah, it's
she's
very handy.
Very, very nice filly. Chips Ahoy Hanover running in a bit in the last turn, Justin said, but was good. We were starting to smoke pretty good at that point. Like, I got away on you guys too, so anybody from the 5/8 pole to the wire that gained on me was coming faster than a minute speed because I came a half in probably a minute and a fifth or 2/5, and I had just started to open up in the turn. So there's some of you I didn't see the video and I don't know where you were at, but you may have actually come a half.
Last, and then I just
then you definitely come a half. You definitely come a half. 59-4, 59-3. Chips Ahoy and Dublin's Franny was good too. This filly right here is going to sneak up on everybody. Remember her name. Dublin's Ferrani is her name.
Is that the one Tyler went with?
Yep.
Yeah, Tyler loves
She's going to sneak up on everybody this summer. I really, really like this filly.
Yep.
Went out in the third set. Amy said Prada was a little warm. Now, I told Amy. Amy had said, do you want to x-ray her knees? She goes, she's just making that break in the same place. I said, just hold on. When a horses make the breaks in the same place, she didn't make a break in the last turn. She didn't make a break coming in the last turn. She didn't make a break going into the first turn. She made it in the same place every time. That isn't soreness. That's mental.
Yep.
And what you need to do, that's her switching her leads, coming out of that turn, and she gets uncomfortable doing it. There's a number of things you can do. We can fix it easy. Just put hobbles on her if we want to. But Prada also is a big growthy filly. She's never had a head nod, but her knees were always a little skeptical. And, a lot of our clients may remember this. Last year, Degas was doing the same type of stuff in the month of May, right before we got her good. When we got her down to Kentucky, she was real good, but it was a chore to get her to a good place. So there's a multitude of things we can do. We can maybe shock her knees in that area. She is straight up and down on her knees. What older horsemen, depending on who you ask, very subjective, but they may say little back on her knees. I would say she just very up and down, very straight in her knees, which puts a lot of pressure on that third carpal and the back of that check ligament. So you can shock that area. We could have Dr. Tessa put some Arthromed in there. That would help also. But the whole thing is not to panic today.
No.
The horses that are making breaks today, it's not.
Especially
I didn't
the
see.
bigger ones this
Yeah,
time of year.
I didn't see anybody do anything today that I'm like, oh, that's very concerning. No one, not at all. There wasn't one break that I saw anyway that can't be explained or fixed.
Just babies.
They're just babies. Pilot Caviar, I told Justin, she's more of a sprinter, right? She's not that first over grind type. Now, you guys saw Miss Lady May. It wasn't completely your fault. We'd run it. I was running around looking for another gating pole or gating strap. I couldn't find one. I just went out on the track with her. I really believe we were one gating pole away from a perfectly flat line with her. And if anybody has a stopwatch out there, you can probably see what her last half was, and it was scary fast. Very nice filly. That wasn't her being crazy today. She just, something went on for those few strides in the middle of the turn. I just got her in, got her down to the rail. She was twisted around a little bit. I think she just touched herself. If we had a gating pole or gating strap on her, I don't think she would have done it today. Aside from that moment in the entirety of the mile, she was very, very good. You had Popular Expert. That's what the hill pole.
On the front with.
He was good though.
Yeah, actually, great attitude. He
we didn't pay anything for him. We paid like $8,000 for him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I remember I saw him coming down the thing. Every summer, there's one of those horses.
Yeah.
Where I'm always sitting at the back ring, and I just saw him walking down. I said, "What a beautiful horse that is." He's decently bred. He's got old Ohio blood in him.
Yeah.
And
he's just solid.
Yeah, he struggled in the winter with making breaks and getting out of gear and not doing it right, but he just struck me as the type of horse that would get better and better and better, and now you see he's starting to get better.
I think he was probably the most improved.
And he used to need the Murphy and the two head poles on the left, and now we can start taking that gear off.
Sure.
He was very good.
Yeah.
Rose Run Chief, Tyler loves this guy too. That's a bumpy looking guy. He'll be a horse. He's already close enough. He'll be a horse.
Yeah.
I don't know how good he'll be, but he'll be a horse. Vine Staff was good, Jason said, and I didn't really pay attention to Vine Staff anywhere in the mile, but this is Tomboy Strong's brother.
Yeah.
This guy's by the sire that Beaver has a couple of them.
Radioso.
No.
Oh, the brother Centurion.
Is Centurion ATM. Yep. This is a Centurion ATM. And what a Houdini. That's the other what the hell. That guy there, if I'm going to say two horses are going to surprise everybody this year because they've always just kind of been present, will definitely be What a Houdini and Dublin's Ferrani. That was the third set. So impressed with the fourth set. And I was super impressed with my horse, Cirrus. The colt, the pacing colt, looked awesome. Yep. Now, your brother had driven her mother well and down for us. Just beautiful filly. She just was always, if you put her in the right place and you said, geez, I'm in a good spot to win, she likely would. Yep. She was just always a competitor, and he reminds me so much of her. Dame Hanover, she's always been protected. And today, Jason come hard. I told Lauren, I roared up to her, coming to the half. Lauren got over the half a little quick. She said her watch started before the start. She was over the half in like 7. Yeah. And I told her, hey, hit the brakes, and she slammed on the air, and Jason come 100 down the backstretch, cleared her, and then Lou, who never makes a break, made an odd break in the last turn. I kind of snaked through there. You were on the outside. Amy was behind us. Justin had made a break also, but Justin's break was probably the most important thing that happened all day because it allowed me to take a look at Atomics Hanover mechanically, what he was doing right beside me, what took place with the break. I saw it all unfold right in front of me, and at that very moment, I just said to myself, I'm paying attention to my horse, but just make a note. Right. That guy's hobbles have to come out. He needs to go to the Meadowlands. He needs to be stretched out. I'd like to see him go 2 or 3 or 4 real good miles at the Meadowlands, and Amy being down there, I know everybody's goes to the Meadowlands on Saturday mornings anyway. I think she would love being down there with him. And if Scotty was there as somebody that could really go with him and say, hey, because we don't know the ceilings of these horses.
Right,
He might be a 55 pacer. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I believe the horse that he seems like he is could be a real good horse.
So tough to tell here.
It's tough to tell. You're 100% right, because you're talking about half-mile racing for a horse that's going to race on a 5/8 mile track his whole life. To take him to a mile track and really let him stretch out. And I know it's an 8-hour ship. I know it's a pain in the butt, and there's costs associated with that. I just feel that for us to see this horse become the best horse he could be, it would be a real feather in our cap to have him there, I believe, right now. Cirrus was awesome. Finished up his mile great today. Perfect Instead. I know we talked about Tyler. I know that bothers him. I know it bugs him.
Yeah.
But listen, it's just part of being a driver. It's just the way it is. And I think that this horse, this is probably one of our top 3 or 4 horses overall.
Yeah,
and
he says this one, Dublin's Franny, I know, are his 2 favorite.
Yeah, Dublin's Franny doesn't want any part of Perfect Instead. She's going to be a nice filly to drive and real fun to race. She wants no part of Perfect Instead. I've already come a half in like a minute with her in the jog cart. This filly, she can fly. Anyway, I've been very happy. Were you happy with the ones you went with?
Yeah.
Which ones did you like the most?
I like the little what the hell, I'm not sure what
Popular Expert.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
He I don't know, I just like him.
He's got a nice gait, eh?
Yeah.
He's got a sweet gait.
Good attitude. Like when you guys call me, he was ready to go. Like you can't teach that.
No. You can't teach competitiveness, and he's
complete unknown. He'll be fine.
Yeah. He's a strong little bugger. Yeah. Yeah. So, and who was the third one you went with? The second set.
Oh, PJ's. No, she was my favorite. Yeah. No, that was.
So a good day. I'll give you guys the updates quickly. The first set, I went in 2:10-1 or 2:09-4. I come half like 59-3 with deadline, and he was on idle with a near hood on the whole way. He could go a mile in 2:2 right now, no problem whatsoever. So he's fine. My only concern is somebody driving him in the fair down there. I think it's an hour north of an hour and a half north of Oak Grove. Mm-hmm. I don't know who we'll get, because he can be a little strong in the face and he will shut his air. He's got a real a lazy side of his palate. Yeah. So that's why we got a snake cord on him and kind of seesaw him. He's good. But man, he is a nice colt, and he wants to do his work great. So I went in 2:10. I opened up a little bit at the half. So anybody that gained any ground on me from the half of the wire came a half in at least 59 and a piece or better. Boitano, 2:10 last half in a minute, 2/5. He was awesome. Really, really happy with him. 29-3 on the end of it. X-Ski's not shocking. That's our best horse, the one that Amy went with. She can fly.
Yeah, she's went with that one all along, hasn't she?
She a while. I went with her and then stopped going with her in the spring. She was just too fast. And then PJ's Love, and you were third, I think, night through, right?
Yeah, I was just snaking through. But
and then Dublin's Ferrani, I'd say, was close. Chips Ahoy Hanover was 5th, and I think Incredible. The biggest thing with Incredible, the speed is there. I'm not worried about the speed. It's allowing her to hopefully put her brain cells in the right row. That's what I'm hoping for her. But she's doing her work well by herself. She's great. So I think we have hope with her. Sure. Miss Lady May, that's affiliate Circle Up. When you watch the video, I made a break at the quarter pole.
I went with her in December. She's the real little one, right? Or
yeah, she's the back of the neck. Yeah. Yeah, the only New York bred we have. Yep. And just an absolute striking filly. When she's going, man, can she trot. Yeah. Popular Expert was great. I was impressed with her. Proud or not, like I said, everybody, relax. I'm not pushing the panic button yet. I think what we see is an easy fix with her. We'll see. Pilot Caviar was good. Your Horse was good. What a Houdini was good also. And then the last set was awesome. A few little mistakes. Lou Armstrong never makes a break, ever. So pitch that. We put a line pole on the outside today. Did that change him a little bit? Possibly. But I'm certainly not worried about Lou Armstrong. Cirrus was awesome. Atomics Hanover, probably the most important information I got all day was from that break of Atomics Hanover. Cover My Short was good. Perfect Instead, as I said, don't worry about it. Turn the page, she'll be fine. Dame Hanover was excitingly good, because I've been waiting. People hear me talk about how good this filly is, but they've never got a chance to see it, and they got a chance to see it today, and Complete Unknown looked awesome. So really happy. Top to bottom 4 sets. I got to go get some pizza right now. We'll talk to you all very soon. Thank you for coming over, by the way. I appreciate it. Sure. I appreciate it. We'll have more days like this over the next month, I'm sure. Take care, everybody.